kids, this is Nadiyama. Welcome to Artbeat Online Art Sessions. We have reached our August month and I hope everyone knows what is this month's theme. Yes, this month's theme is still life. So what is the still life? What are we gonna do? I hope most of the people knows what is a still life and what you're gonna work on still life, right? So yes, of course. Still life includes the arrangement of objects, which mainly includes fruits, flowers, and a vase or glassware, all such things. Okay, so I'm like really excited because we will be using different kinds of mediums to do this still life. So in our first session and the first worksheet, it's a monochrome artwork. So here you have to concentrate on the symmetries and you will be using color pencils to draw this. So mainly in still life when you're using color pencils and you're doing a monochrome artwork, you have to concentrate about the darker shade and the lighter shade and where the light is falling and how the shadow is appearing and where and what is the depth of the darkness. Everything you have to concentrate and you have to do. Everything is clearly mentioned in the instructional video as well. And in the worksheet too, you will be using watercolor. So in watercolors, you will be creating a flower vase. So it is very beautiful, and one thing which you have to remember in your mind is you should never darken the outline when you are doing a watercolor artwork. So you have to use your 2H pencils for the sketch, and the sketch has to be very light as possible. So whenever you're doing a lightest pencil sketch for watercolors, it looks more good. So as I told, in watercolors we always use 2H pencils and the outline should never be darkened, and you're not even supposed to use your outline pen or the fine liner pen to outline. So just paint as it is. Okay, so let's quickly move on to our worksheets.
Hello kids. So in this worksheet, we are going to do this monochrome artwork. For this, we're going to need our sharpened pencil, eraser, ruler and a sharpener. And also we need all our color pencils. So before starting the worksheet, please remember to write your name and your teacher's name. Do not forget that. And I'm starting this artwork by drawing a four-side border. Remember, always the four-side border is very much important. And now I am drawing the baseline where the objects have been placed. Now I'm dividing the baseline as shown in the reference image. And now we'll make the shape of the object. I'm drawing a circle first. With that circle, I'll be drawing the mouth and the neck of the object. So now I have drawn the two circles. And wherever it is not necessary, you can erase it and you can give the shape of the object. I'm just making a straight line just to make sure that I draw the neck of the object straight. And both the left hand side and the right hand side has to be equal. And now I'm erasing the extra pencil mark which is not necessary. Remember to make your sketch very light. And now what I'm doing is the base of the object which is given for the support to stand. And now I'll be drawing the mouth of another object. Make sure you have got a perfect circle because the object is exactly a perfect circle. Now I have drawn the mouth of the object, making a double line now. I'm just making a background effect of a cloth. Just drawing some slant strokes, that's it. Now I'm making my sketch very much lighter so that I can start coloring it off. I've had made it darker just because you people can see it more clear. And now I have made it lighter as much as possible so that I can start coloring. Now I'm taking the light brown and the dark brown and the burnt sienna brown and yellow as well. So these are the four colors which we'll be using for our complete artwork, making it more lighter. I'm starting with yellow shade. So yellow shade is given wherever we can see the lightest shade of the object. That means where the light is falling from. So here if you can see, the light is falling from our right hand side. So the right hand side is the lightest part, and towards the left hand side it is the shadow effect of the object. So it will be darker, like a dark brown or a chocolate brown, and also will make some black shade. I'm just making an outline for the mouth with a darker brown. And now towards my left hand side for the pot I'm using the darker brown. Now I'm giving the darker shade towards the left hand side. And remember, it has to go in one direction from left to right. As the light is falling from the right side and the darker shade is towards the left side, you have to go from left to right. Do not go from top to bottom or something like that. Make sure your pencil is sharpened enough. If the pencil is not sharp enough, you will not get a good coloring. So now if you can see, I am going from left to right and I am coloring the whole left hand side. And now I am mixing the brown to the darker shade now. So it will be like I'll be using the colors from dark to light. So now I have used the darkest brown and now I'm using the medium brown and I'm mixing it with. So please make sure that you blend both the colors nice and neat so that it is not appearing like patches. It has to be neatly blended in. Now I'm using the yellow, as in the right hand side we can see the effect of the light. And do not color the other object which is in front of it. I'm just coloring even on the darker shade just because to make sure that it is getting nicely blended in. We don't want to see any patches in the coloring, so I'm just mixing all the three colors. And now you can see almost all the patches has been vanished and the colors have neatly blended in. And I will make the other object in the same way. And now I'm using my black and brown color pencils and I'll be making it for the background. So in the background we can see that there is a old cloth or kind of thing. So I'll be just doing it with the black. I'm just making some random shapes because the cloth will not have a straight line. So in the black I have just made it a bit curvy and then I'm shading a bit of brown. Also I'm mixing some yellow only in the edges to give it some light effect. We'll be following the same technique for all the cloth, and make sure you also highlight the base where the object is standing. I'm sharpening my pencil as it is not sharp enough. If the pencil is sharp enough, you will get a very beautiful strokes for any coloring. So please make sure that the pencil is sharp enough. So now I'm coloring the base. I'm using the darker brown now for the outlining of the base. Now I'm using yellow shade where the light is falling. So it is like a random zigzag shapes. It's not like particularly we have any particular shapes or size or something like that. Randomly, as you can see in the reference image, we'll give the lightest yellow for the light effect and the darker brown for the darker shade. Coloring the whole base now. And wherever it is necessary, wherever you can see some lines or cuts, there you will be using the black color. And I'm using the lightest color even for the base, because the light is falling all over the base, but there is a reflection of the shadow of the object. Only that part will be the darkest. That will be a black color. Apart from that, there will be no darkest colors. So now I am making the shadow of the object. I'm just darkening the base line of the object now with my black color pencil. Remember, it has to be straight. I'll be making this shadow effect for the base line till the next object. This is the shadow of the object which is falling on the base. And even I'm giving some brown shade which is darker than the yellow. Here you have to concentrate more on the shadows and the light. From where do the light falls from, whether it falls from the right hand side or the left hand side, and what you can do, how you can give the shadow effect. Everything you have to concentrate. And now I have used the same technique for the cloth and I have completed the background. Practice this again and again, and remember, art is always a good start.